Alright, I'm gonna just get straight into this video. No bullshit. If you're lazy, get off this video. It's not for you. If you don't care about retiring your parents, don't care about fucking supporting the people around you, get off this video. If you choose to only do stuff when you're motivated compared to when you're disciplined and you know you're supposed to do it, get off this video. It's not for you. If you rather stay broke than work towards something, get off this video. It's not for you. If you think day trading is gonna make you rich overnight, also get off this video. It's not for you. But yeah, if you aren't gonna fully commit to learning this and spending the next good 2 years of your life learning how to do the trade, then this video is not for you, and just don't bother wasting your time. Alright, so I'm just gonna go into the basic of how this, I guess, boot camp's gonna go. I'm probably gonna name it some bullshit, but yeah. So how this boot camp's gonna go is that you're gonna spend the initial first week to a month just learning the basic concepts behind the trading and how the way I trade specifically, because yeah, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you're fucking learning from how I'm gonna trade. So yeah, that's gonna be going over all the ICT concepts and how to execute in a market, following big money and following where the big moves are, the big sweeps are. And then the second is practice, practice, practice. You're gonna spend honestly about fucking a lot of time practicing in simulated markets, whether this be through demo accounts, paper trading, or and also through back testing, going through days and running, yeah, just literally running back trading days and just practicing your trading. And then third, this is gonna be where you gotta fucking get that chip on your shoulder and start grinding out these funded accounts, trying to pass them, or you use your own money and open a live account and then funnel money into there. And four, make money and live life. But yeah, this is kind of the set routine of how I'm gonna, or how I plan to put you guys through this this process of trading. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting process. I'm definitely gonna go through it, step by step as I make videos along the way. But today we're really just gonna focus in on the basics behind trading and what trading even is. Because day trading, contrary to popular belief, it's very different from what a lot of people think it is. And I don't think the general public has a good foundation or understanding of what day trading is compared to what investing is. All right. So, day trading versus investing. Investing, you'll see people use fucking Wealth Simple, you've seen it, like the big ass fat W, and I don't know what else brokerage they have, like maybe their bank, whatever. But so basically with investing, you're investing into a company, you're investing into a stock, very similar to day trading. These could be you know big stocks like the S&P 500, like these could be ETFs, or they could be individual sized companies. And the way you're trading these is that you're not, it's not that risky. You're just holding a share of a company over amount of time and assuming that it's going to go up. That's what investing is, right? It's very basic. However, day trading, a lot of people confuse this with day trading, but day trading is quite different. Day trading, we're not necessarily holding on to stock for very long. It's intraday trading. So your positions are not going to last the whole day. It's going to be roughly from it could be from a few minutes to a few hours, but that's what day trading is. And the key difference between day trading and investing is that investments, you're projecting, unless you're doing some weird investments. I'm not going to get into too many details here, but unless you're doing on weird investments, predicting, the downfall of stocks. When you're investing in a stock, you're predicting that it's going to, go up and get better. However, with day trading, you could do this unique thing where we take positions betting on the market going up and the market going down. Oh my gosh, these fucking stupid ass lines look so fucking ugly. But yeah, that is the key difference here. Day trading, it is a lot riskier than investing because you're taking, $100 losses by the day, or you're taking $100 win by the day, and like even money greater than that. You know what I mean? Like the average profitable day trader is probably making, I'd probably say like roughly in like the six figures, good six figures if you're a profitable day trader. And that's the unique thing about day trading. Like it's such an expandable income. It doesn't keep you within a bracket. Like you make however much you feel like making, depend when you're at that point where you can make money, right? But yeah, so basically that is the basic difference between day trading and investing. And now I'm just gonna get into the simple fucking fundamentals of trading here. So, oh shit, can't even fucking use this app, right? Just bear with me. It's my first video ever doing shit like this ever, but you know, we'll fucking keep it going. So in trading, if you guys ever open a trading chart, you'll see candles like this, like that. Get one like that. Put some red in that hoe. You get them like this, right? Hold on. This is we're struggling a little bit here. Fuck. These are called candlesticks. Why are they called candlesticks? I mean, fucking look at them. Use your fucking eyes. They're fucking candles. So here, you know what? I'll even write it in big words for you guys. Candle. Oh, fuck. I don't like that. Let's do 12. Candlesticks. Candlesticks here are the most fucking. They're literally the most crucial part of trading. Like they're literally how you read the market. And I'm sure you guys could obviously tell. Green candle, that means price is going up. Red candle, that means price is going down. That's just the basic notation, I guess. You know, red candles and green candles. I'm sure if you guys have any basic knowledge on trading, you'd fucking understand this. But yeah, you have green candles and you have red candles. But instead of saying a green candle is price going up and the red candles is price going down, I want you guys to familiarize yourself with the terms bullish and bearish. Bullish because when a bull runs, it tends to, like, you know, fucking put its horns up, so it's like bullish, I guess. Don't clip that. Bearish is because when a bear like fucking runs at you, kind of goes down and like thrashes down. That is the term. These are the terms that everybody who fucking trades, everybody who fucking invests knows. Bullish and bearish. So yeah, these are lovely simple candlesticks. And also, as you're fucking listening to this video, I want you guys to start taking notes because you're gonna forget this shit when you're on the fucking charts, and it's really good to fucking write shit down so you can flip back to it. Hold on, let me show you guys my journal when I started trading over a fucking year ago. There it is. I would write a shit ton of fucking notes. Like, you can't even see it that well on the small camera there, but yeah, I would generally every single day I'd watch like a fucking hour worth of videos and just write everything about psychology and trading fundamentals. I'm not going to step too heavily into psychology yet, but just know that this part right now that I'm teaching you guys, this is the easy shit. You're going to pick this up within the next month and be like, wow, this is simple as hell. And then the real fucking kicker is psychology. But anyways, back to what I'm saying. The cool thing about candles, right, is that they tell a lot about what price is doing. Just aside from just the body, or this is what we call the body, right? This is our candle body. You know what? I'll label it out for you guys too. This is our body. Your body is here. Your body represents where price had closed at. Like, this is the area where price finished at. However, you could get into more complicated. I'm not gonna overcomplicate it too much for you guys because, okay, like half of the shit in trading, like the reason people fuck up so much is first because they're lazy and they just can't commit to it, and second, they overcomplicate it. I don't want you guys to ask any fucking questions right now. Just literally just listen to the video and just absorb all the content. And if you have any videos or if you have any fucking questions, just leave them at the end of the video and I'll fucking answer them in the comments, alright? So I just want you guys to listen to me and just take notes and just fucking pay attention. So this is the body. We're not going to overcomplicate it too much, but the body just represents where price actually ended up finishing in, right? This is where price closed at. Because each candlestick represents a certain time frame. So each candlestick represents a certain amount of times. You could have 5-minute candles, you could have 1-minute candles, you have 4-hour candles, you could have weekly candles, you could have daily candles. Each candle just represents a certain increment of time. So this body just shows where price ended up, you know, ranging within that time. However, these little sticks, we call these candlesticks now. These are the, or candle, I mean, fuck, what am I saying? These are candlesticks, but we call these the wicks. And The wicks just show where price had been for a short, brief amount of time during the initial time slot of that candlestick. So the best way to describe this is honestly a shit smear, all right? So you ever fucking take a shit in the toilet and you see the big shit, right? Oh, so that's the I'll even I'll even draw it out for you guys, I'll draw out the fucking shit smear. So here we have our big dookie, right? We left the dookie here in the toilet. But then on the side here, we left a little dookie dookie smear on the side where the shit has slid, right? So this represents where price had hit and went but could not close that. And this is very crucial in trading because it represents one thing. It represents when buyers or sellers fail to close at a certain point. And what I mean by that is that, okay, let me just give me a second here. I'll show you guys an example. All right, so basically, wicks are very important because sometimes you'll get large wicks like this. And these show us indication of what's happening in the market. On this green candle over here, where we have the body close out. Remember that body. I want you guys to fucking, honestly, literally go in your notebook right now and just, or whatever the fuck you're taking notes on, and literally just do a drawing like what I did here. Body, wick. All right. These are called doji candles because they have a fat ass wick. Don't ask me why they're called doji candles. I just call them doji candles, and a lot of other traders call them doji candles. But yeah, so this is called a doji candle. Doji candle shows indecision in the market. So it basically shows and when buyers and sellers are matched, so the market is mixed and does not know where it's going. That's basically the basis of it. When we have a doji, since the doji candle is in the middle here, it replicates how we couldn't get a close, anywhere up here for longs or anywhere down here for shorts, and that shows it literally shows just indecision in the market. And then here, these are called hammer candles. Hammer candles show when price is about to switch from going down to going up. So from going into, I'll get more into this later, but going from a downtrend to go into an uptrend shows when we're switching from there, or we're switching from an uptrend into a downtrend. And you might wonder how it does this. It does this by doing the wicks. The wicks show that, for example, during the short, right, we were going down, and then when we start to change up, when we get that sudden volatility. Volatility means just random addition of buyers or sellers. So once we get that addition of buyers on this bearish doji candle or bearish hammer candle, we get this huge wick showing how price was failed to close below this area and closed up here. This indicates that the next candle wants to go up here, because your next candle will form at where the last one ended at, right? Because that's just how price works. And I'll show you guys a live example in the markets later too. But yeah, so when you get a candle like this, a hammer candle with the end at the top, that shows that market wants to usually push back up. When you get a candle, I'll use green. When you get a candle like this, even though we're technically bullish, meaning this candle was moving up, was originally moving up, we actually finished and closed out down here, showing that price wants to move down. So that's literally that's a basic summary of how fucking candle patterns work, right? They just show where price has been and where price ends up being at. Okay? It's literally simple as that. I'm gonna write that shit down for you guys right here. Oh shit, what the fuck is wrong with this shitty ass fucking app? Shows where price has been and shows where it ends up at. That's literally the whole fucking principle of candlesticks. Yeah, so that's the basic, right? So here, I'll even make it better for you guys. This one's bearish. Bearish. It's going up. Or no. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Don't listen to me. This is bullish, meaning it's going up. And then this is bearish, meaning it's going fucking... I don't know which symbol's down, guys. Going down. You know what? Here you go. I'll even draw a down arrow for you guys. Wow. There we go. Bullish. Oh. Bullish means it's going up. Bearish is going down. Remember that. Don't, but I'm getting to this a little bit later, but just don't, like, the basic principle is that green means going up, red means going down, but just don't get attached to these color values for going up and down, alright? I'll explain that later, but yeah, here are your candles as well. You know, you could take this is a doji, this is a hammer, and this is also a hammer. Okay, but yeah, that is the basic principle of candlesticks. Now I'm going to start diving into uptrends and downtrends. Alright, I'm literally just on fucking Google here, and I'm just showing you guys the image. Or I'm just going to explain to you guys what a fucking uptrend and downtrend is. It's really fucking simple. Uptrend, your price, you see how it's going. Follow my cursor, you see how it's going up, and that's what it is. We're creating higher highs and lower lows. And downtrends, we're going, guess what? We're going down. We're creating lower lows and lower highs. And yeah, I'll just draw that down for you guys so it's really fucking easy to understand. Give me a second here. Alright, so for your fucking uptrend, literally it's gonna, I'm not gonna use the color green because I don't want you guys to signify red and fucking green with how market's moving. So this is your uptrend. And here, I'll draw it in the middle. That's better. And this is your downtrend. Uptrend. Downtrend. And the cool thing here with your uptrends or downtrends is, once again, we're forming these higher highs and lower lows. This is the most simple concept that you could get. Once again, make sure you're fucking taking notes, tracking this shit down. Higher highs and then higher lows. My bad. Creating higher lows. Same thing here. You're creating, and now here you're creating lower highs. Then you're creating lower lows. That's literally what it is. Is you're like going up, and then you're going down, and then once again, I think we could show some chart examples here. Let's go on the 15-minute here. What are we doing? We're going up. That's uptrend, because look at these. We're creating we're creating higher lows and higher highs, and then what do we have here? Downtrend, because or at least during this period, we're creating downtrends because we're going But just to notify you guys a little sooner, the market does not always necessarily follow uptrends or downtrends, because, you know, if market just always fucking followed this, you know, follow these patterns, how easy would it be trade? Easy would it be to fucking trade? But yeah, besides uptrends and downtrends, I'm also going to introduce you guys to another concept pretty earlier on here, and that's called consolidation. Consolidation is where we aren't necessarily creating we're not necessarily creating higher highs or lower lows, but we're just fucking stuck at a certain price range, just literally basically moving in a straight line. That's basically what we're doing here. It's consolidation. And then yeah, here. You get equal leveled highs and equal leveled lows. That is the fucking basic basicness of how these fucking markets move, right? And once again, I'll show you guys this on the charts. You can see here we're on the S&P 500. This is also the pairs you guys are going to be learning to trade, because I only specifically trade. Sorry, people are just fucking messaging me right now, because I only trade NQ and ES futures, because that's what works best with the strategy I'm teaching you guys. But yeah, you can see here, all right? What do we have here? That's a terrible drawing. Downtrend. All right, now I'm gonna ask you guys here. What do we have here? Uptrend. Yay, good job, boys and girls. We're learning. And then, what's a good consolidation range? What do we have here? Consolidation. And consolidation usually does not last a while. It could be a few hours. You're not going to get days of consolidations. However, that is possible. But however, when you get days of consolidations, you're going to have uptrends and downtrends within there. That's just how it works. But yeah, during certain times, you will have these consolidation periods. And we could tell we're in a consolidation period here, because do you see these wicks? Right? You see these doji candles? That shows how we have a lack of direction for bullish and bearish confirmation. So we're kind of just ranging within this area here. Show you guys another fucking image, I guess. Oh, that's a bad consolidation range. Let's go to like I feel like the 1 minute gives really good consolidation. Yeah, like you can kind of see here, we're consolidating. Here, consolidating. And here, we're consolidating. But yeah, I'm just showing you guys the basic, just literally just the basics of the market, you know, what candle patterns are, how candle pattern moves. And yeah, and you might be looking here wondering why my candles are not red and green, and I'll explain that in a second here. But yeah, now I'm going to transition into the basics of practicing and how to really get started trading, just besides learning information. Alright, so for everybody who's learning how to trade, I always recommend, not even recommend, if you're learning how to fucking trade for me, you're going to use TradingView. So you're literally going to search up tradingview.com. You can see up here in the crossbar. And yeah, this is literally where you learn how to fucking trade. You might be wondering why I'm telling you guys to learn how to fucking trade on TradingView. It's because it's literally the best platform you can use. It has the most brokers that you could connect with. This is not a sponsorship, guys. I'm too fucking small for a sponsorship. This is everybody. You just have to believe me. Everybody uses TradingView. You have all your brokers here. If you don't know what a broker is literally a company that provides you with the account so you're actually able to trade money. And yeah, provides you with brokers. And you could also, there's an app. The app is very useful, so that way you could manage your trade on the go on your phone. And yeah, and you could literally just log in, sign in with your Google. It's literally so fucking easy. Yeah, I'll show you guys. I'll sign in on a separate account here and just show you guys how to get started on TradingView basically. Alright, so once you access the TradingView page here, you click sign in. Continue with Google or make an account. Doesn't really fucking, you can make an account with your email, doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna use, I just leaked all my emails, but I don't really care. I'm gonna use this random business email I don't use anymore. Alright, we're gonna create a new account actually. We're gonna go Thunder's Goon Camp. That's what we're gonna aim at. Alright, so now we're in Thunder's Goon Camp. And here is how you're gonna start trading. First of all, you're gonna be like, whoa, there's a lot of shit going on here. It's really not, it's really simple. These are the two main pairs you're gonna be fucking trading. Don't worry about anything else, okay? Literally do not worry about anything else. This is what you're gonna be fucking trading. Also, you don't have to buy a subscription ship or anything. Just use the fucking free service. Don't be weird. Here, okay, we're gonna open up. Wow. This is our fucking trading view, right? It's a bright ass screen, and you have these sort of ugly colored fucking candles. Alright, they're not ugly colored, but these are the basic candles that everybody uses that I highly don't recommend to use. And you might be wondering, oh, why? And that is simply because our brains and our natural psychology just associate the color green with good and the color red with bad. And that is just really, that's not good for your psychology when you're trading, because if you're taking a short, right? Like, let's say I entered here and I wanted to take profit here, and I'm seeing these red candles. Naturally, my brain instinctively is gonna think this is bad, and when you think something is bad, you associate it with, nervousness, anxiety, and yeah, it just fucks with your psychology while you're trading. So a lot of traders, and me personally, I just don't like to use red and green. And also I think it's kind of ugly. But yeah, that's the main reason why I don't use red and green, is because it fucks with your psychology, because we just naturally associate these colors with good and bad. It's like when you fail a test, right? Like you always see like the red F, or when you pass some shit, you get like A, a green A. And even in fucking, traffic lights, red bad, or red stop, green go. And yeah, people hate people hate stoplights, So like, you just don't want to naturally associate your psychology with. You don't want to naturally just fuck up your psychology by mixing, using red and green. So yeah, Lily just said whatever colors you want. Make sure they're not too close in colors, or else you're gonna be like tripping. Like if you do that, you're fucking stupid. Make sure they're different colors, all right? Just make sure your bearish candles and bullish candles are different colors. Okay, a lot of people use um a lot of people use blue and black because they think it looks nice. I think it's okay. I prefer using purple and pink, but that's just my preference. Also, I'd probably change the canvas color here to like a different color, because that shit low-key hurts your eyes, if I'm honest. And then I'll turn on fucking dark mode here as well. But yeah, that's basically just how you, or where you're gonna be trading, and why I want you guys, and fuck. So this is basically where you guys are gonna be trading, and here you could also, and make sure you guys edit your candle colors so you're not fucking up your psychology. But yeah, that is basically it for TradingView. I'm gonna get into a little more into it in a second here, but that's basically all you gotta do for now. Okay, yeah, and then here you have dark theme. Make sure you're, oh god damn. Make sure you're, okay, I don't know why I just reset my whole fucking candle colors here, but make sure you aren't using, where the hell, yeah. Here, let's just do, what's a good color? You know what? Boys, let's do brown. Let's do brown, yeah. Let's do brown. You don't really need borders on your candles. I think that's kind of pointless. Honestly, you don't need this. It bolds your green candles. That's all it's really doing right now. I don't think it's necessary. All you need is the body and the wick. Here, we'll just do, oh, what the fuck is that? You guys are probably like, this shit's gonna look ugly, but just trust me. And then we're gonna do tan. We're gonna do tan. Okay. We're gonna do, fuck me, bro. We're gonna do add. Okay, and then you're gonna go boom, 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 and yeah. Okay, low key, maybe that is very fucking ugly. I like, I don't know. She looks terrible. And then we're gonna go chart, where is it, canvas, add a separate color. Make sure you aren't doing some funky colors too. Like, that's the one thing I hate, fucking ugly chart colors. You know what, I actually think that's very nice. And then you don't really need these grid lines. I use fucking no grid lines. But yeah, wow. See, beautiful ass chart right there. And then yeah, now we're gonna get into how to practice trading. Literally, you're gonna go up here, you're gonna click buy, and it's gonna be like, oh fuck, connect your broker. You're not gonna have a broker yet, I don't want anybody to be trading with actual money or funded accounts until they properly fucking understand their strategy and they're able to replicate it and see success on paper demo trading first. But yeah, so you're gonna go here, click on paper trading. This is integrated, completely free. Integrate paper trading. They're gonna give you a 100K account. That is completely fine. I'm gonna get into this later when I have you guys. Well, after you guys are finished all the lessons, I'll explain how you're gonna trade and how you're gonna risk money. But yeah, that's literally basically the basics. Literally the basic as it gets. This is what I just want you guys to do today. I want you to go on TradingView, fucking log in, set up your candle colors, make sure they aren't red and what's it called, green, and then you're gonna create a paper trading account, and that's basically it. Also, yeah, that's really the end of the video. I'm just gonna go on a quick refresher on everything that we've went over today. Phase 1, we're fucking learning, alright? Don't even worry about practicing or funded accounts. Don't even worry about any of that shit yet. So basically, what have we learned today? Bullish means we're going up. Bearish means we're going down. Body of the wick shows where price ends up closing at. Wicks show where price was at but failed to stay at. And then yeah, you have a doji showing indecision in the market. Hammers showing reversal potential or a change in trends. So yeah, a change in trend is when we go from these bad boys either uptrend into a downtrend, or we go from a downtrend into, oh wait, I just drew the same shit, or we go from a downtrend into an uptrend. And yeah, that's literally just called a change in trend or market structure shift. We'll get into those later, a little bit later. I think we've already went through enough today. So literally just remember these. We have these dojis. We have, oh fuck. I guess I'll show you guys an example of some dojis here before. So yeah, obviously we have the fucking right here showing kind of indecision. These are the 15 minutes, so it's not that good, but here. Also, you could always see these patterns on any type of fucking time frame. It's just that. Where is that example I was looking at the fucking earlier with the dojis? Right here. No, not right there. That's a terrible example. Right. Right here, you get a few dojis. 1, 2. You can have that shows, and then I bet you during this 1 minute range that price is gonna be really fucking choppy. Honestly, not a lot of good doji candles to show you guys, but you just gotta trust me on this, alright? Dojis, yeah, you see that indecision in the market, boom, boom, boom. Right there, you kind of just stay at this area. You stay at the same price range for about like 20 minutes here, and then you have your change in structures. This right here, you see how price went all the way down to here. However, we end up closing through here, and then boom, we get this big ass fucking closure going up, and also into this opening gap. Opening gaps, fuck. I'll talk about. Oh my god, you know what? I'm gonna have to make this video slightly long. You know what? I'll just do a separate video. Do a fucking separate video. Fuck. But I'm just gonna go over this super quick. But opening gaps, these are gaps that form when after the market stops, right? So market runs, depends if there's holidays or not, but it runs Monday to Friday, right? This is literally the basic premise. I guess, you know what? I'll just go over fucking when markets close and how markets work, all right? So basically, when you see a big gap like this, it's because market had closed. However, once it had closed, a lot of people had a lot of resting orders because they reacted to news, or they just felt like trading at the time. They just felt like fucking putting money in or into the market. So once they have a lot of those resting orders, those orders will be waiting for market to reopen. So once market does reopen, excuse me, you get this huge fucking gap that just skips it. So yeah, that's really basically what it is. Once you have a large amount of resting orders that aren't activated yet while market's closed, you get this huge ass fucking jump. And literally, you'll see it happen like week to week. Like, you just get this huge ass fucking gap. And then furthermore, markets, right? So I'm assuming everybody who's watching this video knows me and, you know, lives in my area. And we're gonna be UTC -7. So for us, market opens at 7:30 in the morning, or that's the New York Open. That is going to be the time frame that you're going to be trading at, because New York Open is where we have the most volatility and where you could get the best setups in. So New York Open, I'll show you guys right here, 7:30 -7 UTC. You can see here how we're kind of like getting this lackluster movement, and then boom, 7:30 hits, you get this big dump and big movements, you know. I think it's pretty self-explanatory too, but the bigger the candle, the bigger the move. The smaller the candle, the smaller the moves, right? That's literally as simple as it gets. You can see this huge ass fucking hammer candle here. This shows us that our huge change from a downtrend into an uptrend. See, this is what happens during New York fucking Open. We get these big moves. But yeah, so New York Open is from my time, 7 -7 UTC is from 7:30 and goes all the way till 2:30. Then you're gonna have this break period from 2:30. 2:30. Okay, this chart is bad. It doesn't show the actual. This is only the US chart. I need to show you guys a proper futures chart. We're on ES1. So this area that's marked out in the blue, or not in the blue, is all the fucking New York. This is literally just the entire New York session, right? So 7:30 when you're trading till fucking, what was that? Till 2:20, 2:15. That is called New York session. We'll label that for you guys right here. Oh, what the fuck did I just? Okay. So this entire fucking time slot of the blue. Oh fuck, not the blue. This entire time slot, not the blue here. From seven. What is going on with my fucking stupid ass price action? Okay, no. My timing's fucked up, that's why. So, -7 right here. So, for all the way from 7:30 until 2:15, 2:20, that is called the New York session. I'll just write that down. NY session. Don't know why the text is blue, but, you know, whatever, I don't care. That is considered New York session. This is that whole, where the hell is the fucking, this entire area, right? This is New York session. And then from before New York session, so anytime before 7:30 my time, you could do the calculations. Before 7:30 my time here till, and if you're wondering what the traditional time is, it's 9:30 New York, 9:30 New York time. That's when market opens. So anywhere from 7:30 till 1 a.m. my time, that is considered London session. This is when the London banks are opened. So yeah, London session, London banks are open. New York session, New York banks are open. And if you're like, oh, why do these banks matter? You fucking idiot. The banks are the ones trading the stocks, alright? That's why it matters. And then anytime from 1 till 4, I guess. 4 is when the market reopens. Anytime from 4 till 1, that is called Asia session. Asia session. That is when most of the Asian banks are open. However, it depends, because if you're in Australia, they might open a little later. If you're in fucking Japan, they'll open. There's slight differences, right? Because Asia is such a broad fucking term. So yeah, that's basically it. These are when these banks are open. However, you could have days, you have bank holidays, which can cause early closures or potential whole days to be out. So it's very important you keep up with what's going on. I'll show you guys a simple fucking website to keep up with all this shit. You're gonna go to Forex Factory. You're gonna click this funnel. You're gonna make sure you don't have the yellow one selected. Make sure you don't have all these currencies selected except for USD, because we're only gonna be trading the S&P 500 and Nasdaq, which is a US stock or ETF, I guess. And then here I'll just show you right here, Monday, February 16th, bank holiday. Banks will be closed. This means that market is technically closed. However, the actual market was actually open during this time and you could fucking trade through it. It was just open for a shorter amount of period for retail traders, which is our type of traders. And you usually don't want to trade on these days because there's going to be a fucking lack of volatility. It even says here, low liquidity and irregular volatility. This is because most fucking brokers, or I guess, yeah, because most banks will be closed, meaning that there will be big, less of the big players in the market, causing your strategies to usually not work out. That's why you'll see a lot of fucking pardon me, you'll see a lot of traders who've been doing this shit way longer than I have been doing this shit for. Like they won't be trading during holidays usually. But you know, some people want to be weird, some people want to be different. It's honestly up to you. And I'm just gonna say this. You guys are gonna hear me say this a lot of times, but even people who trade similar strategies, similar, you know, really just even the same strategies, like you're gonna have different entries. You're gonna trade differently because trading is it's such an individual thing. You know what I mean? Even though you're learning, you guys right now are learning from me. You're gonna fucking, what's the word? You're gonna trade your own way. You're gonna see setups that I don't see. And you might not understand it now because like, oh, if we're trading the same setup, same strategy, shouldn't we have all the same trades? No, you won't, and that's something you're not gonna understand yet. But just know it's true. But yeah, I think it's fucking. This video is already 40 minutes long. I think I went over a lot of the fucking basic shit of trading so far. You learned about sessions. You learned about the fucking weekly gaps, right? The opening gaps, and you learned about your basic patterns here. Hopefully you guys were taking notes on the shit so you can look back on it and understand, because trading's hard, all right? Trading is very hard and you're not going to understand it first try. Nobody has, and that's why it's important that you take notes so you can go look back at that notes. And it's very important that you also rewatch videos if that helps you. I've rewatched so many fucking concepts, rewatched so many fucking videos. I've scribbled in journals for days and days and days. But yeah, if you want the shit to work out and you want to make money, that's what you just have to do. You have to separate yourself from what the average people are willing to do and put in the work that you should be. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave you guys with that message. Enjoy your day, and yeah, this is episode 1, the Thunder's Goon Camp.